So does anybody here know how every magical story starts with the 4 magic words? Can anybody guess them? Perfect. So once upon a time there were 2 little girls, and what were their names?
So you can sit down.
Exactly. And I wanted to bring Anna so badly, but she's on a date with Kristoff on Saturdays. But she wanted me to tell you that she said happy birthday, Alyssa. But okay, so does anybody remember the name of the kingdom that I live in? Arendelle, right? And every single morning Anna would wake me up, and do you remember what she would say? Exactly, she would say, the sky is awake, so I'm awake, so we have to play. And then she would ask me if I wanted to build a snowman, and I always gave in, right?
Olaf snowman.
I know, an Olaf snowman, because one morning was extra special, huh? Because who did we make for the very first time? Olaf, right? And we were having so much fun together, remember? But then does anybody remember what accidentally I did when Anna and I were playing? Do you remember what I did on accident? My powers went right in her head that time, right? And then my parents came, and I know I was going to be in so much trouble, right? But they knew exactly where to take her, right? So where did we take her? All the way to the trolls, right? And they said it was a good thing that I wasn't wearing her heart, because that's harder to heal, isn't it? But then while they were taking all of the ice out of Anna's head, do you remember what else they had to take out too? The memories, right? Of her knowing that I had any powers. And didn't that make me so sad? Because that meant we couldn't play together every day anymore, right? And does anyone else here have a sister or a brother? I know you do, right? Are you 2 brother and sister? You are? Do you play together all the time? Exactly. So can you imagine not being able to play together? It made me so sad. But they separated us, didn't they? And they even put us in separate rooms anymore. And I couldn't tell Anna my secret, could I? Because what did my parents always tell me? Remember they gave me those gloves, and what would they always say? Conceal it, don't feel it, don't let it show, right? But then Anna would still come knocking on my door every single day, and do you remember what she would say? Do we know that song? You guys think that you can help me sing it? I would love to hear your voices. Remember she would knock and go,
Hi, Elena.
and there's more friends. Oh, we should wait. Hi, beautiful. Her name is Elena. That is such a pretty name. Do you want to come sit with us over here? I love your dress. You're so cute. And we're doing a little story right now. So does everyone want to hear me sing that? Do we know the words to Do You Want to Build a Snowman?
Daddy.
Remember she would go, do you want to build a snowman? Come on, let's go and play. I never see you anymore. Come out the door. It's like you've gone away. We used to be best buddies, but now we're not. I wish you would tell me why. Do you want to build a snowman? Or doesn't have to be a snowman? Okay, bye. I got a little bit older, right? And she'd go, do you want to build a snowman? We'll ride our bikes around the halls. I think some company is overdue. I started talking to the pictures on the walls. Hang in there, Alyssa. It gets a little lonely. All these empty rooms, just watching the hours tick by. But then we ended up getting a lot older, right? And our parents ended up going very far away out to sea. We ended up getting lost, remember? So Anna had to come knock on my door one last time. And she said, Elsa, please, I know you're in there. People are asking where you've been. They say have courage, and I'm trying to. I'm right out here for you. Just let me in. We only have each other. It's just you and me. What are we gonna do? Do you want to build a snowman? So we're both at my parents were going, what did that mean for me? And then did I become a queen, right? And didn't that make me so nervous? And what makes my powers show the most? Does anybody remember? Fear, right? I remember I was really scared. So then a very special day was coming up. Does anyone remember the name of it? Coronation Day, right? Was I very excited for Coronation Day? No, I wasn't. How about was Anna? She was so excited, huh? Because for the first time in forever, the gates were going to be opening, remember? And do you remember who she wanted to meet on Coronation Day? Yeah, right? She wanted to fall in love at first sight and meet her true love, remember? And did she? Do you remember who she met that day? Prince Hans, remember? She met Prince Hans, and they ended up hanging out together all day. But then, by the end of the day, he asked her the craziest question. Do you remember what he asked her? Will you marry me, huh? And do you remember what she said that was even crazier? She said yes, didn't she? But then when it came to asking me for permission, do you remember what I said? I said, no, huh? You can't marry a man you just met. And they weren't very happy about that, were they? So do you remember what they did with my glove? They took it off, right? Yeah, they took my glove off, and then what did I do in front of the entire kingdom? I know, and I showed my powers, right? And didn't everybody think that I was a monster? They did, huh? But you guys don't think I'm a monster, do you? But I knew that I had a snow monster, especially the one I built, huh? I know, a marshmallow, huh? That's so silly. But then I knew that I had to run very far away, huh? And as fast as I could, too, right? So does anybody remember where I went? We have another from Danielle. Danielle. Hi, Danielle. But then, after I had left, Anna thought that it was her responsibility to come and find me, huh? But wasn't it so dangerous? And who has ever been in the snow before? Have any of you been in the snow before? Have you been in the snow before? And it was so cold, and she barely had any warm clothes, remember? Because wasn't Arendelle in summer at the time? But what was happening? Does anyone remember? It was in an eternal winter right now, huh? I had set off snow everywhere, and when Anna came to come find me, do you remember who she met on the way? I know you said his name earlier. Sven and Kristoff, remember? And they're best friends, huh? Do you remember what Sven's favorite thing is? Carrots. And then she was able to convince him to come and find me, huh? They were helping her, but then, who else did they meet on the way there? Who was the next person? Olaf, huh? What's his favorite thing? Summer, right? And warm hugs and all things, huh? But what would happen to a snowman in the summer?
He has a carrot.
I know he does have a carrot nose, and if it was summertime, wouldn't he melt? Snowman's can't be summer, I know, isn't he so silly? But could you tell him that would break his little heart? Oh, so they kept it a secret. I know, and his hands come up too. But then he knew where to find me, huh? But what was I doing in the meantime? I was making my castle, right? Because I was finally alone and I could use my powers without having to worry about hurting anybody.
Big castle.
Exactly, I made a big castle because I never knew what I was capable of, right? My ice castle, exactly. But once Anna got to me, what did she say was Arendelle in?
I want that for frozen.
You did, and didn't she say it was in deep, deep, deep snow? And she wanted me to turn it back to summer, but did I know how?
That's
No, I didn't know how, huh?
That's the snow monster.
It is the snow monster, huh? Because all I knew how to do was make ice, remember? I know, ice and snow, huh? But then Anna and I got in a little tiny argument again, remember? And then does anybody remember what I did again? Where did my powers go the second time? Right in her heart, right? Went right in her heart that time. And did I even realize it? I didn't even know, remember? So then they were running away as fast as they could home because I made, what did Olaf call him, like you said? Marshmallow, huh? And then who were they on their way to? The trolls again, remember? Kristoff's family, the love experts. And once they got there, what did they tell Anna was the one thing that can cure a frozen heart? You remember what the one thing was? An act of true love, remember? So Anna, of course, thought that was her fiance, Prince Hans, huh? So she rushed back to Arendelle, and as soon as she got all the way back, and there's another friend here, what's her name? I love her dress, that is so cute, her. And then after that, she rushed back to Arendelle, didn't she? But once she got there, did Prince Hans kiss her? No, he didn't, huh? He leans in really close and he said, oh, Anna, if only there was somebody who actually loved you. Because what did he want the whole time? I know, right? He just wanted to take over all of Arendelle, so he tricked all of us, remember? And he was trying to get away with it. But luckily, after he locked Anna in the room, remember he poured out the fire and she was getting colder and colder by the second. And then, do you remember who came to her rescue and unlocked the door with his carrot nose? Olaf, remember? He came to save her. And he let her out. And then once he helped her realize who was the man that really did love her. Kristoff, remember? Kristoff was the person that really loved her. So she started running towards Kristoff as fast as she could, but wasn't there a huge storm going on? There was, wasn't it? And then once she turned around, what did she see? Do you remember what was happening? Prince Hans was trying to hurt me, wasn't he? So then Anna knew exactly what to do, and she jumped right in front of Prince Hans' sword, and she froze just like this, and his sword broke right on her arm into a million little pieces.
And now he got like ice.
Exactly, just like ice. But wasn't that the act of true love? Her saving my life?
Like your power.
Exactly, it was between sisters and family, right? But then after that, I was so sad, remember? So I ran up to her and I hugged her as tight as I could. But then do you remember what started to happen to Anna? She started to melt, right? And her heart started warming up again. And then after that, I gave Olaf, do you remember what I gave to him so he could stay with us forever? His own little personal flurry, huh? So he could stay with us even in the summer. And then I promised Anna that we would never shut the gates of Arendelle ever again. And we all lived happily ever after. Does anyone have a favorite part of that story? What's your favorite part? Do you have a favorite? Do you have any favorite songs or anything?
What's your favorite song, Alyssa?
You like Let It Go? Oh my goodness. Do you girls know the song Let It Go? Have you sang that song before? I bet you have. Do you girls want to come over here with us? Or maybe we think that we should do face painting first and then sing Let It Go together? Does that sound like a good idea? Perfect. So I have an idea. Does anybody here know a princess with very long blonde hair and she lives up in a tower? Does anybody know who I'm talking about? Rapunzel, right? Well, she has been teaching Anna and I how to paint, and I was wondering if I could practice on your guys' faces. Does that sound like a good idea? Do we want to do face painting first? Yeah, okay, perfect. We can all come over here. Does everybody want to come over to that table with me, maybe? Would that be a good spot? You want to go over there, beautiful? All right, let's go. And then we can all sing together.